Right, yes, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about the best forms of cardio exercise to do to, you know, increase muscle size or maintain muscle size, as well as obviously get into a low body fat percentage. So in this video, I'm just going to explain basically how often you want to be doing cardio. If you're at different stages, like you probably already know this if you're like relatively, physically active. Like if you're doing quite a lot of cardio at the minute, then, or if you do some kind of sport like football, um, yeah, if you do some kind of sport like football, then, or swimming or something, then you probably already know like it requires quite a lot of cardio to be at a low body fat. But if you're getting into the gym and stuff, then it's kind of useful to know about it. So yeah, basically I'm just gonna go over like why cardio is important first off, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about how often you should be doing cardio and what types of cardio are probably the best for you. So it's kind of an analysis video, but like it's also explaining like good points about it as well. So anyway, let's get into it. So first off, I want to start by saying like why cardio is so important. Because a lot of people don't really describe it. Like a lot of people obviously have the impression that if you lift a bunch of weights, then you're gonna instantly have an amazing physique, and that's not the case. Like yes, it will help towards it, but you also do need to include cardio. Otherwise, you're not going to see the benefits of actually lifting a lot of weights. So, because to be honest, how you get muscle to show is 50% being lean and being at a low body fat. Well, it's probably the majority of it is, to be honest, being at a lean body fat percentage, because then your muscles will genuinely show. It's like now, like if you want your muscles to show more, then obviously you're gonna want to be more lean. That said, if you still need to build muscle, then I would recommend that you build your muscle first. If you're like anorexic, for example, eat a lot of calories, well, maintain a lot of calories, and also try and build muscle first, and then think about cutting down. But if you're like already like decently sized, got a decent, probably you might have grown up quite a lot, maybe have decent sized muscles already, you know, then yeah, what you want to do is you want to cut down a little bit. Try that first, and then see if you want to build on top of that. If you want to build more muscle on top of that, for example, like I've done this a few times now, where I've gone bulk, then cut, then bulk, then cut. But I think it's important to realize that when you're bulking or you're cutting, you don't want to do this extremes. Like you don't want to 1 second be doing like a massive bulk and then doing a massive cut down, because it's not going to work properly and it's going to fuck your body up. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that your cutting and bulking are like relative, really. Like they're not extreme. Like if you're gonna bulk, maybe put on 10 pounds, 20 pounds, and then obviously put that muscle on, which might be like 5 pounds of muscle from doing that, maybe 10 pounds. And when you're cutting, you want to just cut, but not extreme. So again, you might want to cut 10 pounds of weight, like body fat, put it to a low percentage, maybe like 10%, 12% body fat. If you're at 12% body fat, then you're going to see results at the end of the day. It's the same, to be honest, anywhere between 12% and probably 18% is probably when you start to really see mad results. And so you could probably see it at 20%, but it's just harder to see it then. And you have to kind of flex a little bit more. But I think anywhere ranging between 18 to 12%, you're kind of all right. Like you are getting to a nice physique at that point, especially if you've built muscle on top of it. So obviously, I think what I'm trying to say ultimately is cardio is important for getting to a low body fat percentage, because without cardio, you either have to cut back on a lot of calories, which is not good for you. So I would recommend you stick to a good diet plan, but then also have a lot of cardio implemented into your regime. So for example, for me, I have about 4 or 5 days full of cardio, but I have one day dedicated to cardio and abs. But the other days I like cardio as well as lifting weights. So what I usually do is I lift my weights, get my training done, and then afterwards, maybe a couple hours after, I'll do like a lot of cardio afterwards, and like running, swimming, football, that kind of thing. So the more you do that, then obviously, and maybe some boxing as well. So the more you do that, then obviously the more you're gonna like lose weight. And the benefit of doing it after you've lifted weights, which a lot of people get this wrong, they try and do cardio before they've lifted any weights, and that's just no, that's not what you want to do, man. Like, you're not going to be able to lift as much after you've had a mad run for like 10k as much as you were going to lift if you hadn't done any running to start off with. So what you really want to focus on, or what you want to do, is you want to do the muscle building activities first, like lifting weights, because it gives you more power. You already naturally have more power if you haven't done any exercise to that point that day. So if that's the first activity you're doing, then make sure it's lifting weights. Do your training and then go and do the cardio afterwards. And it can be straight afterwards if you want. Like, you can just do bench press, and then once you've done, just go upstairs and just do the treadmills if they have in your gym. So, or just go for a run. Like no one's telling you not to go for a run, so just go for a run if you want to. But yeah, so basically, basically the important points out of this video is to make sure that you understand that cardio is probably the key component in making yourself actually look like you have mad gains. Because I see a lot of people, they do a mad bulk, and yeah, they might get bigger, but they also get bigger in the face and they get bigger in the body as well. And yeah, they have a bigger chest and they have bigger biceps, but you need to cut down as well to be able to see the results. So obviously, when you cut that part of yourself, then obviously you're losing the excess body fat, which makes your muscles more visible. So the more you can see the muscles, the more ripped you look at the end of the day. And obviously, then that's when you start doing the little cycles between cutting, bulking, and it just goes through like seasonal things. So I like to do mine every few months just because it keeps on top of it, and it's like it doesn't strain my body either. So if I do a bulk for 4 months and I'll do a cut for the next 4 months, you know what I mean? Like, it's just nice. It's a nice little way of doing things. So yeah, but anyway, the best form of cardio, in my opinion, is, well, the best form, in my opinion, is to get a sport or be interested in doing a sport, because then it doesn't seem like you're doing cardio. It just seems like you're just having fun, really. But if you're new to some, or you've not done a sport before, then obviously what you want to do is you want to try and get into sports which do involve quite a lot of cardio. So at the end of the day, what's free is you can always go for a run. You can go for a run outside right now. I wouldn't advise it. It's actually quite raining at the minute, but yeah, you can go for a run anytime during the day. It's free at the end of the day. And I'd also advise you run up hills, because it helps with your leg muscles and it gets them bigger. And also makes you work harder as well, to be honest. It's like on treadmills, you want to bump that shit up to about, like, I don't even know, like probably say like 8 to like 12%, maybe even higher. Maybe if you want to go for extreme, like go for about 15%. Because when you're at 15%, mate, you're burning about 3 times the calories you would on a normal flat surface. So I'd either run up a hill or bump that shit up to about 15% or 12% or whatever, whichever you need at the end of the day. Like, this is about you, so make it fit it around what you want to do. So obviously make that higher, and obviously running is the first one that I'd say is like an important form of cardio to do, and it's also probably I wouldn't say the best, but I'd say it's like up there though. When you consider everything, like running, you can do running anytime. So second, I'd actually say to do is to do swimming, because swimming is an amazing form of cardio. If you can swim, and if you can't swim, then learn how to swim. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, you need to learn how to swim. In the day, if you ever want to play pool, or you ever want to like do anything in water, then like you need to know how to swim. So learn how to swim if you can, and then go and do some swimming, because swimming is very good for you. I used to do swimming about 4 or 5 times a week on top of everything else that I used to do. So it's very important that you do swimming, or it's just a very good cardio sport, really, if you can swim. So yeah, learn how to swim and then do some swimming. um, and thirdly, I'd probably say some kind of football. I'd say football, or if you're American, do some American football, because like that is both brilliant forms of cardio. Like, you're constantly run up and down a pitch. Like, that's all. It's literally in the name. You're doing running, and you're doing precision, so it gets your fast twitch fibers going as well. Like, trying to get scientific with this, but it does also improve your concentration. It helps with a lot of things, and team building. Because you're with people that are like-minded and want to do the sport as well. So, and at the end of the day, there's no better feeling than scoring a goal. So you might as well do that. So yeah, yes.